Today's story is Moonbear's Shadow by Asch. One day, Bear went down to the pond with a big can of worms. He looked down and saw a big fish. He thought to himself, I'm going to catch that fish. When Bear stood up to throw his line in the water, his shadow scared the big fish away. Go away, Shadow, cried Bear, but Bear's shadow wouldn't go away. Bear said, if you don't go away on your own, then I'll have to just get rid of you. He put down his fishing pole and began to run. He ran around the pond, and when he got to the other side, he kept running. Bear ran through the fields, jumped over the brook, and hid behind a tree. Good, he thought. Now Shadow can't find me. But Bear was wrong. He stepped out and looked down, and the first thing he saw was Shadow. Nearby was a cliff. He walked to the cliff and he looked up. I'll climb so high, Shadow won't be able to follow me, he thought. He climbed higher and higher until at last he pulled himself up to the very top. Huffing and puffing, he smiled with pride. Then he looked down and he saw Shadow. Now, Bear was very annoyed. He got home and got a hammer and some nails to nail Shadow to the ground. He hammered and he hammered and he hammered, but no matter how many nails he hammered, Shadow would not go away. If I can't nail him down, he thought, maybe I can bury him. So Bear dug a hole. When the hole was deep and wide, he covered the hole. He filled the hole with dirt. When he was finished, it was almost noon. The sun was so high in the sky that he didn't see his shadow anywhere. But now he was very tired. So he went home and he took a nap. But while he slept, the sun passed by. Once again, shadows were cast everywhere. Then there he is, looking, and he finds his shadow. He opened the door and he saw his shadow on the floor. Not you again. He slammed the door, hoping to lock Shadow inside. But Shadow was too quick. Sighed Bear. Well, how about this? if you let me catch a fish, I'll let you catch one too. Nod your head like this if you agree. When Bear nodded his head, so did Shadow. So Bear went back to the pond. He put his worm on his line, and once again he threw his line into the water. But by this time, the sun was in a different spot of the sky, so there was no Shadow to be seen. So Bear thought Shadow was keeping his promise. So when Bear caught the big fish finally, so did Shadow. And that is Moonbear's Shadow by Frank Asch.